I saw your name and smiled. I saw your name again today. It appeared unexpected suddenly on my screen. My fingers froze briefly mid-movement. That moment felt heavier than time. Your name still carried power somehow. A quiet smile returned to lips, unplanned, uncontrolled, completely honest. It surprised even me. This reaction, so much had changed, yet not. Your name remained familiar, unchanged inside. Years passed, but feelings remembered paths. They walked old roads without asking. I watched them go silently. My heart didn't stop them. It simply opened softly, like before. Your name knew the way in. No knocking, no permission required ever. It belonged there once, still does. I smiled, not from sadness, not from hope either, just truth. A truth that love leaves marks, invisible yet permanent, inside souls. Your name was one of them, a mark etched gently in memory, not painful, not sweet, just real. I leaned back slowly, exhaling deeply. The day kept moving forward, but inside, time paused, respectfully, as if honoring something quietly sacred. Your name deserved that pause. It deserved that smile, too. Not everyone earns space like this. Not everyone stays remembered so softly. Some names fade quickly like echoes. Yours didn't, and maybe never will. I stopped questioning why long ago. Some answers aren't needed to exist. Feelings don't require permission. They simply arrive gently and sit, like now, with your name sitting calmly beside my thoughts, not demanding, not begging attention, just present, like old music, music that once hurt, then healed, music that still plays. Lowly, your name was that song. I smiled, recognizing tune instantly. No lyrics were needed anymore. The melody said enough already. It said we lived something, something true, something human, something fragile, It didn't promise forever, and that's okay. Not everything beautiful lasts unchanged. Some things are meant to pass, but passing doesn't erase their beauty. Your name proved that to me. I smiled, accepting lesson fully now. No resistance, no regret, no blame, just quiet acceptance settling inside. Your name helped me learn that. I looked around briefly, grounding myself. Life continued with noise and movement. People talked, phones rang, cars passed, yet inside everything was still. Your name created that stillness, a pocket of calm within chaos. I stayed there momentarily, unrushed, letting the smile linger naturally, not forcing it away quickly. It deserved its time too. Some smiles carry stories within them. This one carried ours clearly. I wondered if you ever smiled seeing my name somewhere unexpectedly, if your heart paused even slightly, if memory tapped softly inside you. I didn't need answer. Honestly, the thought alone was enough. It made the smile warmer, knowing once we mattered mutually, even if paths diverged later. That truth cannot be taken. It lives outside time, untouched. Your name reminded me of that. I smiled with gratitude again, grateful for shared moments once lived, for conversations that shaped us, for laughter that felt endless, for silence that felt safe. Your name held all that history, yet felt light enough to carry. That balance was rare and precious. I closed the screen slowly, not rushing away from feeling, allowing it to settle properly. Your name deserved respect like that. I walked forward again into day, smile fading, but peace remaining. That mattered more anyway. Now, because smiles can disappear quickly, but peace stays longer inside. Your name left peace behind, not questions, not pain, not longing, just calm. understanding warmth. Within, I smiled one last time, not clinging, not wishing anything else, just acknowledging what was and is. Your name was part of me, and I was okay with that. The smile lingered longer than expected. It followed me quietly through hours, through ordinary moments unnoticed by others. Your name walked beside my thoughts, not loudly, not insistently, just there, like a shadow memory, soft edged. I carried it gently, without weight. It didn't slow me down, it didn't push me back. It simply existed calmly within. Your name had learned balance once it shook me deeply, once it unsettled nights and days, once it burned brightly inside, but now it glowed softly like embers after fire settles, still warm, still alive, not dangerous. That change felt like growth. I smiled, recognizing maturity inside myself. Not everything needs intensity to matter. Some feelings age gracefully, like wisdom. Your name had aged that way. It no longer asked questions of me. No what ifs, no why, not just presence without demands or expectations. I appreciated that version deeply. It felt earned honestly over time. Healing doesn't erase memories completely, it reshapes how they live. Your name proved healing had happened. I noticed how calmly it sat, no racing heartbeat anymore, no ache, just awareness and acceptance together. That was new territory for me. Once I mistook pain for depth, mistook longing for love sometimes, but now clarity replaced confusion. Your name helped teach that too. It taught me love doesn't trap, it frees even when it ends. That lesson came slowly but stayed. I smiled, respecting past choices. Even mistakes carry instruction. Within, I wouldn't rewrite history now, because without it, this piece wouldn't exist. Your name was a chapter, not the whole book anymore, and that felt right. Finally, I turned pages inwardly without fear, curious what came next. Instead, life ahead felt open, wide, no longer measured against you, no longer compared to us. That shift felt healthy, strong. Your name no longer defined my direction. It simply occupied memory shelf among other important experiences, collected, still valuable, still respected, still intact, but no longer steering me. I smiled at that freedom. It tasted like relief and trust in myself mostly. Now I trusted I could remember without losing my footing today. That mattered more than anything. Your name tested that strength, and I passed quietly without effort. That felt like victory, softly won, not loud, not celebrated publicly, just internal acknowledgement blooming inside. I kept moving forward. Naturally, work continued, conversations happened, life flowed, yet something had shifted subtly. A knot untied itself inside. Your name was catalyst for that. Funny how old things can heal long after they hurt initially. Time doesn't only dull feelings, sometimes it refines them gently. Your name was refined now. No sharp edges remained there, only smooth understanding left behind. I smiled, thinking of that transformation. It mirrored my own growth. I wasn't who I was, and neither was your place. That realization felt grounding. Real growth doesn't require forgetting people, it requires redefining relationships internally. Your name found its right place, and I felt lighter because of it. The smile returned briefly, again less emotional, more appreciative. Now, a smile that said, "Thank you for what was shared once, for what ended when needed, for space created afterward to grow. Your name helped shape that path, even unintentionally, even unknowingly. Still, that mattered to acknowledge honestly. Not everyone leaves impact like that. I honored that silently within, then gently let moment close, like setting down a letter, read fully, understood deeply, then folded, placed somewhere safe and quiet. Your name rested there, now accessible but not intrusive. That felt like balance achieved. I smiled and breathed easily, ready to continue living fully. The day slowly unfolded ahead. Light shifted across familiar spaces. Routine returned, gently reclaiming attention, yet something remained different inside. A quiet steadiness stayed with me. Your name had triggered that calm, not by returning love or hope, but by confirming growth within. I noticed how reactions had changed once your name shook foundations. Now it settled thoughts smoothly. That contrast felt profound, clear. It showed distance traveled internally. Healing isn't loud or dramatic. Sometimes it's subtle recognition, moments, moments like this one. Right now, your name appeared and passed, leaving clarity instead of chaos. That mattered deeply to me. I smiled at progress, earned, not rushed, not forced, just lived. Time had done its work, and I had allowed it. That cooperation felt important to notice. I gave myself credit silently. Growth deserves acknowledgement too. Sometimes your name became mirror, briefly reflecting how far I'd come. I wasn't the same person who once waited endlessly for signs, who searched meanings everywhere obsessively. Now I trusted silence, more trusted space and absence too. That trust felt mature, steady. Your name confirmed that trust. It no longer pulled me, it no longer whispered promises. It simply stood still, like fact, and facts are easier to accept. I appreciated that simplicity. Now, complication once felt romantic to me. Now, peace felt richer, deeper. Your name fit that shift. I carried on walking outside, noticing sky, colors changing slowly. The world felt responsive, alive. Small details caught attention. Again, things pain once muted entirely. Your name no longer blocked that view. That alone proved healing complete, or at least ongoing successfully. Healing isn't destination reached once, it's movement forward gently, daily. Your name was one step, a test passed quietly. Today I smiled because resilience showed itself not as hardness or walls, but as flexibility learned. Over time, I could bend without breaking. I could remember without losing. That balance felt empowering, honest. Your name helped prove that truth. I continued the day unburdened, tasks completed, conversations flowed normally, no shadows followed thoughts around, no heaviness returned unexpectedly. Later, that absence felt significant, important, because it used to linger. Now it didn't stay long. Your name came and left like visitor, respecting boundaries set. I liked that dynamic a lot. It showed self-respect grown. I wasn't protecting wounds anymore because they weren't open. Now only scars remained quietly present, and scars don't bleed. Again, they remind without hurting anymore. Your name touched scar edges, and nothing reopened painfully there. That realization brought another smile, softer than before but